motherfucking middle finger up in this bitch. ATL, St. Louis, Alabama, Chicago, the Carolinas, DC, Bay Area, Miami, New York, Vegas, Texas. Y'all niggas can't fuck up my niggas, ho. 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 Motherfuck that nigga, motherfuck that bitch. 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 Y'all niggas more flexing that, flaunting that.
Yeah, no, man. You already know exactly what time it is. We are back here to serve small game on the ground from Hungry Hounds. So just get out the pound and are ready for the next round. So that being said, you already know what it is, man. Let's go. Let's do this shit, man. It's been a minute since we've been back in here. He said, dude, in chat down bad when that slit. You can't make this shit up, bro. This shit actually makes me laugh. And the reason why it makes me laugh is because you can give somebody the tools to success and teach them how to use them. But unless they really want to get it, they're never going to learn how to use them tools. So that's why this shit makes me laugh. I don't feel bad. I really don't. I don't feel bad. So with that being said, man, we're not here to talk about all that. We're here to talk about what we got going on right now. As you guys can see, I got a new chair. This chair is extremely comfortable. I guarantee you that none of y'all have a fucking chair like this at home. He said that's the same Goofy from earlier I was talking about. Hell no. Hell no. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up. But I guarantee you that none of y'all have a fucking chair that is crazy as this chair that I got, man. This is the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in my fucking life. And that's no joke. So with that being said, we are here to watch Charleston White. Again, this is part 5. I believe it's part 5. It might be part 5 or it might be part 6. I don't know. I'm losing fucking count. But last part, man, was hold up, man. I just realized something real quick, man. Hold up. I don't know why that's like that, but let me change something real quick. Boom, just like that. And then okay, so now we're straight. I don't know how the hell that shit happened, but I'm glad nobody's seen it. Now it's fixed. But with that being said, man, last part was wild. You know, I was kind of in and out of it. But this time we fully into it. So with that being said, man, let me go ahead and get this shit pulled up real quick and we're gonna jump right into this episode. Let me go ahead and take this out right here. Bam, just like that. So with that being said, man, make sure y'all grab your snacks, your drinks, your weed, whatever the fuck the case may be. I know I got my drink right here. I got my fucking snack right here. I got my chips. Got my dip, man. You already know what time it is. It's time to sit down and we're going to listen to the man speak. So with that being said, let's get into it.
Like we do everything.
What happened was
what happened after?
The nigga, I had my back end money. So I had dropped my back end money.
On the stage?
Yeah. So all the people you see running on stage, those were the promoters because there was no security. There was one motherfucker, man. Now, had I known there wasn't no security, I wouldn't have done that. But it was one police officer, and he was backstage, back there. Yeah.
Charleston, okay. Before you go in the venue, as controversial as you are, you come with your own security, but you send them in to look at it first.
I ain't had no security. I had my nigga and his brother. And my merchant, my nigga selling merch. So I had my nigga Dewberry, his brother Big Dew, and then I had my partner CEO Hockley that was with the merch stand out there. And just the chitlin circuit.
Yeah, but that's even more why you
I know now. Well, you know, I know now, but you know, I'm trying to keep it real. See what keeping it real to do?
What?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to keep it in the Negro League.
No,
now,
you can't.
I done quit a Live Nation tour to come do this shit.
You can't be as controversial as you are, and keeping it real.
I know.
I know now. You'll be really fucked up.
I know now.
Let me tell you something. I walk in, it's like the military walk. Because I'm going home. I've been shot before. I ain't getting shot again. And I will tell, but I want to go home.
Listen,
I don't care what it looked like.
When them niggas got to running on stage, you can hear the guns in the crowd clicking from the video.
Hell no.
You can hear the guns clicking. And I said, oh man, we tripping. So I've been moving right ever since.
Yep. If you guys know what he's talking about. He's talking about that comedy fiasco that he had whenever he threw that fucking that plant, that dude's head and the dude ran up on stage. I saw the video. I didn't even hear the fucking guns cocking back, loading the bullet in the fucking chamber. There was so much shit going on. I didn't even know you could hear that shit. That is fucking wild. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can hear that shit again, because that is insane, bro. That's hell no. He good thing that ain't nothing happened to him, man, because that shit was just that shit was a nightmare just waiting to fucking happen. That was a funeral just waiting to take place right there, bro. That shit is wild.
Okay, good. So Brittany Renner is a friend of mine. She gave you a viral lap dance that the whole world saw. What was going on in that video? Was she drunk? Or
boy,
what?
the veins were about to explode out my penis.
Huh?
Boy, the veins were about to explode. Man, I'm trying not to come. And I was trying to come. You hear me? I'm tightening my boy.
I'm skipping
called
shit.
her
I don't
and said,
give a
hey,
damn.
you don't mind if we have Charleston? And she was like, oh no, man, I want to rock. So she found me to be polarizing. So I think that's yeah. I guess it turned on.
She's single though. Why you didn't shoot? Oh, you're married.
Yeah.
So wait, what happened to the side? What happened to the girl that you got sprayed with the mace? Are y'all still cool? That you sprayed?
Say what now?
Are you still cool with her?
Yeah. We still cool.
Wait, so you're married now? Is this the same?
5 years.
5 years. Are you faithful?
At home.
He
Well,
said,
home is where the
man.
heart is.
Yeah, when I'm at home, I'm faithful. Yeah.
When you're on the road, you can.
I can't do nothing. I tell my woman, don't worry about what a man got to do on the battlefield. You take care of the home front. Whatever a man got to do out there on the battlefield, don't you worry about it as the woman. You just take care of the home front. A man go do what he go do.
And you come home and you make sure the house is taken care of, she's taken care of, and she doesn't worry about what's happening on the battlefield.
She try not to, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she can't help, at times.
What happens? You go viral every time you do something. What happens if you go viral and like?
It causes problem on the home front.
Okay. So you try hard to not go viral with anything that would cause problems at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know other people. It's too much involved. Other people's feelings and hearts. So yeah.
He said the sooner they accept reality, the happier they'll be.
What happens if you?
But I'm a man, and I'm a man's man, like granddad and them. So I'm flirtatious. So even my woman would say, I saw you flirting. Well, I'm just a naturally flirtatious man. I'm not sexually driven. So I like to have sex. I don't like to freak. So it's some niggas like to freak. I'm just a man that I let nature dictates. So I'm not horny every day. So that's the comfort that I hope my lady got, that she know I'm not no sexually driven man, and I just ain't out here laying and sleeping with everybody. You can't talk like me and do that.
Blueface and Krishan have been here on this show a couple times.
I forgot about them
that.
fools.
Blueface is a modern day Ike Turner.
Yeah, he is.
You think so?
I know so. Yeah. I mean, everybody know he done. She even said it. She done jumped on. You just hit me. He just know how to do it.
Here's my thing, right? It depends on how you look at it, whether it's facts or it's a disagreement, as far as doing what you do out there on the battlefield. As far as whether you loyal or you're not loyal. This is my point of view, because when it comes to stuff like this, I tend to look at it from a different angle than most people do out there in the world today. Because even though we're in the world, we are not of the world. And I already know this is gonna piss people off, but I don't. Oh, you this, you that. I don't give a fuck. A man is supposed to be married to a woman, and they're supposed to be faithful to each other. They're supposed to be loyal to each other. They're supposed to be the two become one. So that part about doing what you got to do out there, he said. I'm speaking on from a spiritual point of view, right? Because when it comes to stuff like this, that's typically how I look at it. If God say that one way is supposed to be one way, then it's supposed to be one way. If he say it could be multiple ways, it could be multiple ways. But God said, for this right here, it's supposed to be one way. That's how I look at it. Now, everybody else might agree, they might disagree. That's fine. I don't really care. You know, your opinion is your opinion. He said God had followers that had multiple wives. Yeah, but look what happened to Solomon though. I mean, he died in his lust. Yeah. Solomon died in his lust. Jacob did too, but I don't know. It's kind of hard because, you know, at one point you see where God say it's supposed to be one way. Then you see sometimes other people, they did it the other way. It's a little difficult. He said that happened to everybody though. I'm not saying that it's not gonna happen. I'm saying what we should do. He said can't use one example, generalizing everything. I'm just saying what we should do is we should try not to let it happen, because I mean, obviously we all have times that we fall, and that's a fact. We all have times where we succumb. That's a fact. I think we should do our best to do what God tells us to do. And if he says that is a man and a woman is supposed to be one flesh, then a man and a woman is supposed to be one flesh. That's a fact. That's my opinion on it. That's my viewpoint. Now I'm not saying that it is easy. Hell no, it's not easy. It's one of the hardest things in the world to do is to remain loyal, as far as, you know, fidelity goes. That's a fact. It's one of the hardest things you can do. That's why Paul said, if you don't think that you can do it, he said facts, but the more you lay down with 3 or 4, the less you value your woman. That's 100% facts. That's 100% facts. That's why Paul said, if you can't control yourself, then it's best not to do it. Don't get married if you can't. If you can't control yourself, don't get married, because marriage is not something that is easily, I guess you could say, broken in God's eyes, because we're supposed to be married to God, right? We're his children. We in God's eyes, we're the bridegroom. We are the bride, and he's the bridegroom, right? That's what it says in Revelation. When Jesus comes back, he comes back to marry his bridegroom, his bride. Sorry. So he wants us to be loyal to him. So he wants that to be a representation of what we're supposed to be. That's a fact. I'm not saying that it's easy. It is most definitely not easy, especially not in today's society, boy. When you get on social media and you see all these half-naked ass females, or you can just easily get on the PH on the internet and go look at this and go look at that. Boy, it's so damn hard for you to stay loyal when you got it right there in front of you. Especially in today's society when everybody's doing it. But just remember though, because even though we are in the world, we are not of the world, so we don't supposed to. He said having multiple wives is like claiming to worship God but working with the devil. Can't serve two masters. A slave cannot serve two masters, for he will love one and hate the other, or he'll serve one and despise the other. And that is 100% facts. Faith and lust are two different end game bosses. Man, who you telling? Boy, you speaking facts. There's a fine line between love and lust. He said, I feel where Charleston coming from as a man, though. No, I'm not. I ain't saying that he's you know, not speaking facts. Men are supposed to conquer. That's a fact. But we're supposed to do so in a certain way. We're supposed to do so following the guidelines that God made for us to do it. You know, and some people just have a much harder time doing so. Some people prefer not to do it like that. And that's just unfortunate, but that's how it is. You know, that's their choice. That's what they want to do. That's what they can do. That's why God gave us a choice of free will, so we can choose to do or choose not to do what God tells us to do. Even Jesus said himself, if you look at a woman with lust, you've already committed adultery in your heart. That's how serious it is to him. That is how serious it is to him. That's a fact. Because the way God looks at it, and this is what I believe, I don't know if this is actually the way he looks at it, but this is what I believe the way he looks at it is he looks at it as when we worship other gods, like, you know, like money, materialism, females, or whether it be an actual god as far as like an idol, or we're not an actual god, but like an idol worship, whatever the case may be, we're cheating on him, right? We're cheating on him with somebody else, or we're saying we found somebody better, we don't want you no more, or you're not valuable enough to me for me to stay loyal to you, whatever the case may be. That's literally the same thing that you pretty much doing when you go out and you cheat on your wife or you cheat on your husband. It goes both ways. God would never cheat on his bride. And he don't want us to do either, because we're supposed to be reflections of him on earth. We're supposed to be the mirror that reflects his light into the world. That's a fact. Simps be acting like they wouldn't do the same in his position. I can conquer a woman without even digging her down. And that's what I'm saying. There's different ways you can do so. There's different ways to conquer, and that's a fact. You just got to make sure that you're doing it the way that God says to do it. That's just how it is. But yeah, man, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right back into this.
Would it not get the backlash of being a nigga that'll hit the broad upside the head and leave a knot rather than leaving a black eye?
But when you look at their relationship, who do you think's more toxic?
She is. There are a lot of women who need abuse for love.
Explain that.
There are a lot of women who need abuse to feel love because they've been abused all their life. Mm-hmm. And most of the people who abuse them so-called supposedly love them. So there's a lot of women who like to fight just to fuck. Fight and make up. Best sex you can have. So there's a lot of women who believe being toxic. When she get mad, she hits you in the head, knowing you go hit her back or drop that fight, knowing there's a possibility you can go to jail.
And then fucking go to sleep.
Give me a minute, y'all. I'll be right back. My dog is acting a fool.
And yeah,
my bad, y'all. My dog was acting like he was completely retarded. Anyways, let's get back into it.
That's toxic love. But as unhealthy as that is, that becomes an addiction.
Which is what I think we're watching with those two right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a whack here last week where we actually asked them, like, what is it an addiction?
You can get your woman addicted to because the dopamine, the chemicals that the brain produces, the emotions that's tied to the act of fighting that comes from the sex makes that fulfilling and appealing.
But what's the conclusion of a toxic relationship like that?
One of them go to jail and one die.
Damn.
They severely scar one another. Mm-hmm. And it causes childhood trauma for whatever child they produce. Mm-hmm.
You spoke about the child. Do you want another thing you can take back?
I mean, I take that back.
Okay. You said that.
If there's anything that make me cringe that I've said, that I've been turning that I don't even want to hear, because yeah.
You don't have to repeat it. We'll just say you can go do the research. You take that one back. See, you have a heart. I knew the Charleston we were gonna pull out.
I hate that shit. I see that poor baby, man. I be saying, man, I should, man.
But there is something to be said.
Yeah,
about,
God forgive me. That's one of them. God forgive me.
But there is something to be said about responsible parenting and being careful what you show on social media.
Let me just say this. I always say I can give you a logical explanation and a reason on why I've said some of the most horrific things that you've heard me say. You may not agree with it. I'm not going to justify it. I can give you a reason on why I said it. And my reasoning for saying that is because I was highlighting the lack of prenatal care. I was talking about the things that a mother can do in her actions that can cause damage to the fetus while in the womb, whether that's fighting, arguing, drinking, smoking. Whatever the woman does during the pregnancy affects the child. Whatever the father does to make the mama feel, the baby feel. So I was speaking on that, just using a ugly delivery to get the message across.
Right. Okay. And you take it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause when I look at the baby, man, my heart weak. Because I tell children all the time, and man, that kid might hurt me. That kid gonna hear me say that shit one day. I
Damn.
tell kids all the time, whatever has happened to you as a child is not your fault, no matter what it is. You didn't ask to come here. You didn't ask to be born. You were just born into conditions, situations, and circumstances that's out of your control. So no, I offer compassion for that one. Yeah.
One of the things that's interesting is that when people attack you, like Lil Uzi Vert put your name in a song where you had talked about.
Yeah, I met him in person. Shout out to Uzi. He came to Dallas and it brought me to his concert.
You said he was a sissy for wearing dresses. It's funny. I tell rappers and artists, you make us more famous. When you talk about us, when you attack us, if you want us to die, if you want us to go away, don't say anything.
And let me just say this.
That's fact. See, that's one thing that don't ever make no sense is, and this goes for anything in general, bro. If you want something to die, as far as like a reputation or something that's going on that you might, like how everybody say, ooh, racism, it still exists, it's still this, it's still that. Well, bitch, if you would quit talking about it, if everybody else would quit talking about racism and quit fucking talking like they're racist, that shit would die quick. But everybody always has to feel like they're more, what's the word I'm looking for? Everybody always has to feel like they're more on top, like they're higher. Everybody always has that condescending tone towards somebody else that they don't like simply because it makes them feel better about themselves. So imagine if all that shit went away, guess what? All that racism shit would die. All that stupid ass Keisha shit would die. The best way that you can destroy somebody's reputation as far as social media goes, if you're beefing with somebody or somebody's trying to beef with you, the best way that you can win that beef is just simply not respond. Let that motherfucker talk to himself or herself. And eventually she will kill her own reputation because people are going to start to see how crazy she is, and people are going to stop following, people are going to stop liking their posts and commenting and shit. And that's just what happens. But when you respond is whenever you keep that fire going. You got to make them look crazy for them to die.
He showed me in the world something. He took something, a stone, and turned it into fruit, a fruitful project, because he didn't have to pay me. He could have made me go get a lawyer, fight him in Capitol Records to get that money, but they reached out to me.
Oh, and they paid you for what they
paid me,
putting you in the song?
Yeah, so I got a great deal of respect for Lil Uzi Vert. And then not only that, when he came to Dallas, he invited me to the show, went to the show, went out to the club, hung out with him, and he a real little nigga. He just playing it, man. Yeah, man, he a real little nigga.
True story. I saw Lil Uzi at a party, and I said, "Hey, man, I want you on my show." He said, "Hey, give me your number." So he pulls out his phone. I go to give him my number, and he just took off running. So I never got the interview, and he never got my number. Funny as hell. I thought this shit was funny.
Yeah, no,
like,
man,
I wasn't even mad.
I was expecting to see kind of like a little sissified little dude. Man, that's a real little nigga.
Well, I mean, so you think men that paint their fingers are sissies? I'm gay. I don't get offended by that.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, I think that. But I know, man, my partner True. He painted his nails. Yeah, he ain't gay. He ain't no sissy. He sleep with porn stars every night.
Wait, but not all gay people who sleep, not all men who sleep with men are sissies either. Just so you know.
Yo, I already know. I gotta disagree with that. And that's all I'm gonna say. I gotta disagree with what he just said.
We're not. You know I'm gay. You knew I was gay, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think all gay men are sissy?
Yeah, hell yeah, I think that. Well,
because there's some rappers who aren't gay, at least publicly gay, who are sissies.
It was that long ass fucking silence that made that shit so much more funny. I gotta go back. Hold up.
You knew I was gay, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All gay men are sissy.
Yeah, hell yeah, I think that. Well,
Because there's some rappers who aren't gay, at least publicly gay, who are sissies.
you know what? You sure right. And all sissies ain't gay.
That part.
Shot, yeah, you know what? You just took me back to our era. You goddamn boy, you just took me back to our era. All sissies ain't gay.
First of all, I'm gonna thank you for my gifts. Every guest that comes up here, you should be bringing me a gift. We're gonna get into this just a second. Okay, so everybody needs
every
Mr.
neighborhood
Charleston.
needs a Mr. Charleston.
What does that mean?
That's the black man in the community that's saying what's wrong. The last black man to do that was Malcolm X. To actually tell black people what was wrong. He pointed out the liquor stores, the streets. So every neighborhood needs a man that'll say, man, I'm calling the police. Every neighborhood needs a man on the street that's willing to call the police.
They ain't
So
even
like
lying.
a T.I.
T.I. wasn't willing to call. T.I. had to be forced to work with them based on his probation he got from the gun charges.
So this is a book to teach young black men and women that they should be a part of their community by protecting it, by telling the police.
Well, that's showing that you're invested because the police really work for you. So, for instance,
The police work for the people.
yeah, they supposed to.
I can hear Black Lives Matter rumbles right now online.
Our community is hostile toward police. So whenever they step out of their vehicle, they are automatically perceived as an enemy rather than here to help. So our attitude and our perception towards them leaves them in danger at all times dealing with us.
But how does it change?
We have to start having more black police officers. We have to stop shaming the little boy who want to play police when we play cops and robbers. We got to stop making it seem like all police is bad. Because when mama is in there getting jumped on by the new boyfriend, and the new boyfriend might be from a gang, and if he go tell the neighborhood, oh man, she snitched on me. Well, this is a 9-year-old girl. The stigma of being a snitch is worse than being a molester.
Well, Wack was here talking about this.
And that's fucking wild when you think about it. The way he just said that. The stigma of being a snitch is worse than being called a molester. That's how you know society has gone down fucking horrible when somebody would rather, and I'm not saying that there really are, I mean, there might be, I don't know, but when people would much rather go by the other one, not even really go by the other one, but the fact that the title snitch in their eyes is pretty much worse than molester is fucking insane. That's how you know society fucked up somewhere, like real bad. Because ain't no way, boy, I'll be a snitch before I be, hell no. I'll snitch every fucking day before I be one of them. Fuck that shit.
Snitch culture, that applies to people who are in the streets, right?
Not in the black community.
Well, in the black community,
because we put this on regular people.
No,
we call
that's
grandmama
what I'm saying.
snitch.
In our community, we condition ourselves that it applies to everybody.
Grandmama snitched on them. So
Yeah.
we haven't even defined snitching. We think telling the truth is snitching. We think a guy saying this is not my gun is snitching.
Is Gunna a snitch?
Did he stand up in court and say we're a gang?
I don't know if he stood up, but he said it.
We seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you agree to cooperate, and you give any information and you part of a criminal organization, then that would be considered snitching. If he wasn't a part of a criminal organization, it was just a record label and he was just a rapper, then no, he would be setting the record straight.
But it's interesting how there's selective politicking when it comes to hip hop nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Why is it that way? Why? Because 6ix9ine snitch, Gunna snitch.
Yeah.
I mean, they all eventually. I mean, I've not seen anybody get arrested and not snitch.
Well,
these days.
I didn't see anybody shame anybody who took the stand on behalf of Nipsey Hussle to get Eric Holder convicted, and these were street guys. Why didn't they let Eric Holder get away so the street justice can get him? Everybody clap, but this supposed to be street. It's supposed to be street. So that's why I say it's bullshit, because they pick and choose. But our kids don't get to pick and choose. Our kids have to stand on it as kids. we've become so heartless and callous. We got our babies standing on this. Our babies can't even go to school and say, hey, he messing with me. He go be a snitch. But what do we tell our kids? If somebody mess with you, you go tell the teacher and then you fight back.
Mhm.
Our kids can't even do that.
Mhm.
They're going to be shamed as a snitch.
So this, explain what.
I already know what shirt he's about to pull out. But on the other hand, children should never be forced to live in a society to where they can't do what they need to do to get out of a situation or stop a certain reoccurring situation from happening. That's fucked up, boy. Kids should never have to be put in that type of position at all.
What this is right here.
If you want your pockets to swell, tell.
How do your pockets swell by telling?
Because they pay for
Wait, is that a rat in a jersey?
Yeah, that's a rat. That's the new Crime Stopper. I wanted to rebrand Crime Stopping. I wanted a new McGruff, a new Dirt Dog, and that's it, a rat.
And
that's me.
this is is this a campaign?
Yeah, that's me.
Where are you launching this campaign?
In the communities, in the hip hop culture. That's why I embraced the Williams name, Rat Williams. That's my stage name, Rat Williams.
So that's your stage name when you do comedy?
Yeah, they say I look like Cat Williams, so I took Rat Williams. The internet gave me that name. So rather than me being offensive, because they say, oh, you a snitch, you a rat, you look like Cat Williams, Rat Williams. So I went and embraced it. Okay,
so you just took the power from them trying to shade you.
Yeah, and it's a new character that I want to create into cartoon. I want to bring snitching back to school.
But it's not snitching if you're a kid who's not a part of the street culture.
We're gonna define it. So we're
gonna take the word snitching and make it a good thing.
We're gonna define it.
How do we define snitching?
Because there's no honor amongst thieves. So if we're telling the kids, okay, there's no honor amongst thieves, then why would you stand on a no snitch code if there's no honor? Why are you trying to be honorable?
Do you think you're going to be able to penetrate that?
I think I've done a good job so far. Yeah, I think I've done a good job so far.
So this is very interesting. What rappers do you think would stand by the no snitch code? I mean, Thug hasn't snitched.
Yeah, he hadn't snitched. I can't see too many more.
Is Fannie Willis your hero?
She's one of them. Until she started messing with Trump.
Yeah, she's coming for Trump.
Yeah. And in return, they're coming for her.
If Trump gets elected, and arrested and convicted, and he's a president behind bars, would you still support him?
Yeah. Because this is one of the dilemmas that America is going to have putting him in prison. He's afforded protection till he dies. So you can't take that from him because he was a president. So he still have to have his Secret Service protection.
In prison?
In prison.
How's that work on the yard?
Nobody's ever convicted a president. How's that going to work in America?
Right. But do you believe the president should be above the law?
Yeah.
Really?
If they're not directly breaking it. He's not directly breaking it. It haven't been proven.
The hush money with Stormy Daniels.
Man, that's not directly breaking the law. That's paying a bitch to be quiet. Ain't breaking the law, man. That's paying a hoe to be quiet. Say we didn't fuck. And she took the money.
That's
bitch.
facts.
So she should go to jail.
Nobody should go to jail. This ain't nothing but a hoe in the trick having business. Who should be involved in this?
But why do we all know about it?
Because the hoe want everybody to know about it. She won't know that everybody she done fucked the president. You know how much prestige she get?
But Monica Lewinsky went away.
Yeah, they done her wrong. Yeah, they done her wrong. She was paid to, yeah. Hillary had a lot to do with her going away.
They ruined that woman's life.
Yeah.
But it was the snitch friend. Now that's not snitching, or what is that? That's just running your mouth.
Yeah. See, you got to keep in mind, snitching has to do with criminal activity.
Got it.
Man, the rest of it is just telling the truth and setting the record straight.
Linda Tripp.
Yeah.
That was her name. Okay, listen, you just drove in from Vegas. So what are you doing in Vegas?
I got a residency that we just agreed upon with Wise Guys Comedy Club by way of my guy True. I was given a podcast situation with Green Room Radio where I bring my own podcast, the game related podcast. And so in order for that to have make sense to me to, to stop what I'm doing with comedy and then travel to Las Vegas every week to do the podcast, I needed something to supplement that. And so we had shopped around the idea of me, doing some stand-up comedy venues in Vegas. My guy True reached out to the owner of Wise Guys Comedy Club, asked them if they knew who I was. They were familiar, and we talked to residency. Everybody was excited, and we kick it off in July. So every Thursday.
So what does the comedy set look like? Are you talking shit? Are you?
Oh no, man. I'm talking Charleston. So I'm introducing me to the world outside of the internet persona. So it's a lot of personal stories from childhood. The first time I snitched as a little boy and woke up out my sleep like I was dead to go tell on everybody. I don't know how to tell jokes yet. So I'm a great storyteller that make people laugh. So by me growing up and studying guys like Richard Pryor, Andrew Dice Clay, Maul Mabel, Red Fox, Petey Green. So I'm familiar, with comedy. So I put all that into one in storytelling. And so that's what they get.
Okay, so you said that when you were walking in the hallway with the one guy who was, I guess, wanting to box you, you said if he hit you in your one eye, you wouldn't be able to see and it would be unfair.
Yeah.
So we thought ahead and we got you a gift. That's the next gift down there.
Oh man, you the one that got me.
Show the camera.
Yeah.
Just so that way, if they're ever gonna get in a situation, we make sure we protect the one, and then focus on just the one good one.
Already.
Okay, listen. So we had to get. I wanted to get deep into all the matters, Charleston White. Without all the viral antics, because I wanted you to see the softer side of Charleston. But there's no way in hell that I would have him pull up and us not get into the fuck shit. So now it's time for the games.
Oh, man, shit. Boy, we don't win smooth all. Come on, we finna get bumpy now.
It's about to get good.
All right, here at the Jason Lee Show, Charleston, we play a couple games. Not sure if you've ever seen it, but this show has a game called Smash or Pass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put people up here on the screen one at a time, and you have a paddle on the side. Get the paddle right there on the side, though. And I'm going to bring a name up, and it's really simple. All you got to do is say smash or pass, and why. All right, the first person, we talked about it earlier. I think I know the answer. Brittany Renner. Smash. What about Brittany Renner makes you want to smash?
Oh, she's naturally pretty. Yeah, naturally pretty. And in real life, man, she bad in the motherfucking real life. And she damn near got a perfect little body. And she's very seductive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she talks her shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do you guys feel like you had a soul connection when she?
We had energy sparking, and we went out and kicked it for a little bit. Yeah, like two players.
Yeah. Okay, what about this next person? She's a friend to the show. Lotto. She said she talks ho talk. Or you talk ho talk like her.
Yeah. It's something about that mulatto girl. Yeah, it's something about them mixed babies. Yeah, them mixed pretty chick girl. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I got nigga smash mulatto.
What do you think about Lotto?
I ain't gonna lie. When he said we get into the fuck shit, I thought they was gonna be talking about like viral shit. Not fucking smash or pass. Well, I don't give a fuck about what dude would smash a female or wouldn't smash a female. I might low-key skip this fucking section, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Let me see. All right, I think we might be out of it right here. Yep.
Mine. It could be a memory. It could be a.
Let's go back.
Next game that we're going to play is a game that we created here at the Jason Lee Show that Cam Newton stole over at his show called Name Drop. This is a game where we put up a face of somebody that you may recognize, and you just want, we want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. It could be a memory, it could be a thought, it could be whatever Charleston thinks. All right, the first person, Tyler Perry. Now, you said he did the black community a disservice by being Medea. He could have cast a good woman.
I think Tyler Perry. I think he cheated this generation. Out of who Medea really is, because now if you say Medea, this generation automatically think of a man who dresses as a woman, and they don't know Medea is the first in the last matriarch of the family. So he made it a man, and dressed up as a woman in the movie. So I see Tyler Perry, I think of a bisexual man.
Damn.
And that may be unfair to him, but he played Medea so well. Yeah.
That it was like art imitating life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those were his words, not mine. Okay, next person.
He played her so well. That's all I'm gonna say.
Friend of the show, Annalie Chopper.
Nephew. Good-hearted young brother. I called nephew the other day because I didn't know how to apologize to him as a man. Boy, when nephew came out walking with that thing and was doing that little dance like that, and he was looking, let me just say suspect.
Chopper.
Chopper. Yeah, remember he done that dance.
The song was that
I would fuck me too. Nigga, what? So I said, no, nephew, this not it. But then I kept watching secretly. Yeah, I kept secretly watching because I was feeling uncomfortable and I ain't want nobody seeing me watching. Nobody. No woman, no man, nobody. Because that's my nephew. And then, boy, after that 5th time I watched, I called him and I told him, you know what, nephew? We need another Billy D. Williams. You ain't nothing but embracing, nigga, the prince. Nah, homie, there ain't nothing gay about what you doing, nigga. Be a sexy sex symbol, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, nah, you in real life, so embrace it. So
what'd he say?
He said, you sure right, huh? So now, man, I see young great kid, man, young great brother. I love that young brother.
No, he's cool. He's actually he called me the other day and said, what do you need me to do to help you with your election? He wants to come out to Stockton, so we're gonna bring Chop out there.
I want to join too. But that's he put me in the movie with Casanet, Funny Marco. So and so he already had an idea of putting me in this movie, playing this role. And so he was one of the first young people to sit down and have an interview and conversation with me and stay away from the personification of what they thought Charleston was. And he tried to get me to come do what you're doing, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when he came here, I had to have that interview with him because I felt like people saw NLE, but I saw all the good-hearted stuff he was doing.
Yeah.
And he was being very guarded at first, and then he mentioned he liked Megan Good, so I FaceTime Megan Good, and he fell apart.
Yeah, so no, he tried to get me to apologize and say, and I'm like, no, man, I don't want to. But yeah, but it was in the middle of the night after 2 days of long filming. We had just wrapped up filming, so yeah, but he's a great kid. I love him.
Okay, this next person you may know, he's in the news. Diddy.
Man, that's facts.
First thing came to mind, it was blank.
Nothing.
And then a snake appeared.
Why a snake?
There's somewhere in the Bible that says that you have to be as wise as a serpent, but as harmless as a dove. That's probably he may be conniving, but to reach the pinnacles that he's reached, the success, the fortune, the fame, and even the things that he's gotten away with, you got to be a wise motherfucker. So I see a snake.
When you see what's
Man.
happening to him, do you think it's unfair, or it was only a matter of time?
It was only a matter of time. Yeah, I think it's two things I think happened to him that's causing what we seem to be his detriment. Keefe D openly talking about Tupac's murder and implicating him. Let me say three things. What he said to the Grammys last year when he stood on stage, thinking that he could talk to those white people the way he talked to those white people, and tell them what they can do with their platforms. And he has these skeletons in his closet, and everybody knows his dark secrets. And then he challenged Ciroc. So, yeah, I think that sealed his fate there.
This next person, we talked about him earlier. First thing comes to mind, Kanye West.
I think that's going to go ahead and conclude this episode, man. Charleston White be speaking 100% facts. And there's obviously, when somebody's speaking facts, there's going to be a couple of things here and there that you disagree with. But that is the thing about a conversation, is that you can learn some things about somebody. And you have the ability and the choice to disagree and keep it pushing, or you can disagree. You can agree to disagree and carry on with the conversation and stuff like that. Because anybody who always just agrees with everything is not real, and that's just 100% facts. Anybody who's always agreeing with everything they have an ulterior motive. They have an ulterior motive. They are looking for something to get out of you. So they're trying not to get on your bad side. They're trying not to, offend you. They're trying not to do anything that they think would make you cut them off, or whatever the case may be, because there's something out of you that they're trying to get. That's why it's always good that you can have people around you that you can disagree with and still carry on, whether it's with the conversation or whatever the case may be, because there's not very much of that stuff nowadays. Whenever you disagree with somebody, it's pull up, we gonna do this, man, or you ain't shit, or this, that, and the third, or whatever. Everybody just starts letting Keisha out, and it's fucking stupid, bro. It really is. People aren't allowed to have their own opinions anymore. And that's just how it is, unfortunately, but that's society nowadays, because that's what we have turned society into. So yeah, man. Charleston White be speaking facts. You got to separate the character from reality, which is exactly what's going on here on this interview. We still have a little bit left to go, which we're going to save for the last part, just simply because I got some other things that I got to take care of tonight. So yeah, man, this has been fucking great so far, bro. I've been loving the hell out of this interview. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. With that being said, I'm going to get this fucking outro pulled up and then get the hell out of here.
It was a fun tour, going out here and all this shit all over fucking USA, and I'm done with all this shit. I'm cool off all this fucking talking shit. I got a whole team to represent. I don't want to do none of this. I never did want to do any of it. Fuck this nigga and fuck his team, bro. I'm out. I gotta go. Square up with yourself, motherfucker.